Okay, for those of you who might not know me, I think everybody here does. I'm Adam Beckelmeyer. I'm at FAO here at Station 10 on the pumper. Today we're doing minimum company standards of raising a 24-foot extension ladder using 2 firefighters. We'll go through a little short PowerPoint here, about 15 minutes or so, going over the steps and everything, and then we'll end up going outside to actually throw some ladders. Okay. So the goal here is to perform the ladder raise with two firefighters in under 2 minutes. That's the goal. Make sure I get these slides right. So our objectives for today: identifying parts of the ladder, carrying the ladder from about 75 feet away from one area to where we're going to raise it, and then it will be to locate it for its intended use at the structure, and we'll go over each of these further on in the PowerPoint. Raise it safely to the appropriate level, position it at a safe working angle, and then finally climbing the ladder and using a leg lock technique to lock in to work from the ladder. First up, parts of the ladder. The reason we're going over this, I know this may seem kind of menial, but we want to make sure that everybody knows the parts. Makes for communicating on the scene, so we know, makes it easier for us to communicate with each other. So we got the base and the fly sections here on the diagram. The base is the section that's going to be on the ground. Fly section will be the extended part. Both sections have rails that run lengthwise and rungs that run across between the rails for holding onto and stepping on. Rung locks, that's what locks it in once we extend it, also known as dogs or paws even. And that's why we go over this, so that somebody might call it a rung lock, somebody might call it a dog or a paw, but now we all know that's what we're talking about. And then finally the halyard rope that it used to extend in the pulley on the ladder. You guys have any questions over the parts here? Everyone's familiar with all these parts? Okay. So carry techniques. There's 2 basic carry techniques. Got a suitcase carry where it's down at your side, and a shoulder carry. Suitcase is more for a shorter distance. That ladder gets heavy, just carrying it with your hands. So the shoulder carry is what we're going to use most often, especially for this training. We're going about 75 feet. We use the shoulder carry. The keys to both of them, it doesn't matter which one you're doing, is that you're on the same side of the ladder and you pick it up at the same time. The guy at the foot end or the butt end of the ladder, he's in the lead, so he's going to be kind of calling out, all right, let's lift it to our shoulder. He's in the lead, so he's going to go first too when we start carrying. All right, positioning the ladder so for its intended use. So we have 3 intended uses for the ladder. We've got the rescue, which is also, it's not just rescuing a victim, but it's also egress. So in case a firefighter would come out of a window, it's the same position. That position is having the tip of the ladder right underneath the windowsill. And then there's ventilation. This is going to be at the top, on one side of the window at the very top, and it's going to be the upwind side. So if you were breaking out the window for ventilation, then the smoke would blow away from you and not directly into you. Also, flames could come out and go directly into you. So upwind is important for the ventilation use. And then last, roof access. We're going to extend the ladder 3 to 5 rungs above the roof line. This is what we're going to be doing today outside, is the roof access. We don't have any windows that we're really going to be able to access. So we're doing roof access today. There won't be any question on the intended use. All right, raising the ladder from the ground. 2 techniques: flat raise, beam raise. Basically the same. It's the responsibility of the lead firefighter here to foot the ladder and to make sure that there are no overhead obstructions wherever he sets it up. So he's going to set it, he's in charge of saying, all right, this is where we're gonna set the foot and raise it from, and make sure there's no overhead obstructions. That includes electrical wires. We wanna make sure that we stay away from the electrical wires. So the difference being the flat raise, both feet are on the ground, and then the second firefighter is just gonna walk it using the rungs. Beam raise, more sideways, 1 foot's on the ground, second firefighter raises it along the rail instead of the rungs. You guys have questions over that? You think one of these is easier than the other, out of experience?
Faster is gonna be the beam raise.
Yeah.
Think the beam? It might be. I think in general, I've probably done the beam raise more than the flat raise. Okay. So some safety precautions when raising the ladder, we kind of touched on it. So placed in an area where there's no overhead obstructions. Mainly the electrical wires is a big one. We want to stay at least 10 feet away from electrical wires. Sometimes that doesn't seem like that's possible, but we need to try to do that, because that way we have plenty of room in case the ladders just start to fall while we're raising it. So using the leg lock once we get the ladder up, you want to only do that with extension ladders, okay? You can really get hurt if you try to do that on an aerial. Once you lock in and then all of a sudden, oh, we're trying to move the ladder, raise it, or extending it or retracting it, could cause serious injury, break the leg off. Oh yeah, footing the ladder. Raising and climbing always needs to be footed. You guys want to add any safety precautions that maybe I might have overlooked? No? Okay.
Good.
Okay, cool. I nailed it. All right. So the procedure, we're gonna go through the procedure real quick, step by step. So 2 firefighters are gonna carry the ladder from one area to another. The firefighter that's at the foot is the lead firefighter. He's gonna go first and call out where they're going and where they're gonna set up at. So we're gonna decide at that point what the intended use is. That way we know where to set up. Today it's gonna be roof access. And then we're gonna raise it. Beam raise, flat raise, whichever you guys want, it doesn't matter. You can use either one. Be sure to foot the ladder while you're doing that. So after it's raised, with the fly section away from the structure, firefighters will stand on opposite sides of the ladder and to foot it while it's being extended. So we extend it with the halyard to the appropriate level. So for roof access, that is gonna be what? What's the appropriate height on the ladder?
About 3 rungs past the roof.
Yeah, 3 to 5 rungs past the roof line. We're gonna position it at 75-degree angle, 4-to-1 ratio, height to length from the building. So if it was, say, a 20-foot roof line, we'd be about 5 feet away at the bottom from the bottom of the structure. So after extending it and positioning it, we're gonna tie off the halyard. We use a clove hitch to tie it off, and then a safety knot after that. Then the final thing will be to climb the ladder. First firefighter is gonna climb up to working height, leg lock in. The second firefighter foots the ladder while he does that. Once he gets there and locked in, he's gonna climb up behind him a few rungs and lock in. There'll be we're gonna use a third firefighter to foot the ladder while he climbs. You can also use a mechanical securing tie off with a rope or something if there is something that the ladder can be tied off to. So here's some examples of these two of the appropriate working angle, 75-degree. This is the 4-to-1 ratio here. Also, this is standing at the ladder. Put your feet at the bottom and putting your hands out. You stand up straight. You should be able to touch the ladder, and that's approximately 75 degrees. This is the mechanical tie off here, a foot in the ladder. And then that's a leg lock technique for, what's the intended use here? What's he doing?
big glass window.
So ventilating, he's on the side, we're assuming that's the upwind side in this photo. So not a rescue use there or.
Ladder to break the
Alright, here's gonna be just a short video, a couple minutes long of maybe I can get this to work. Yeah.
60 feet high.
It should be. Yeah. Technical difficulties.
Is there a play button in the bottom left?
Do you have the actual video file?
Alright, so after some technical difficulties with the PowerPoint, we're gonna go to this video in another form so that you guys can watch the procedure happen.
Extension ladder, 2-person shoulder carry and raise. Firefighter 1 at the heel of the ladder directs the carry. Firefighters are positioned facing toward tip of ladder,
You guys hear it
with
already?
ladder to their left side.
Okay.
Lift the ladder with the left hand, grabbing a ladder rung. Lift while turning your body toward the heel of the ladder. While turning, place the right arm through the ladder. The top beam of the ladder should come to rest on the right shoulder, while the firefighter grabs the lower beam with the right hand. Firefighter 1 rests their left hand over the butt spur of the top beam. Firefighters confirm their path is clear and proceed to their destination.
So he's in the
Firefighter
lead
1
position.
sets the heel of the
He's
ladder
calling out all the
and anchoring the
directions.
ladder with a foot against the grounded butt spur. Firefighter 2 at tip performs a beam raise straight up after confirming overhead is clear of obstructions. Ladder is rotated by firefighter 2 so that its fly is in towards the structure.
It can be
Fly
out.
is raised to appropriate height by
It's gonna get
firefighter 2.
rotated out eventually.
Ladder is leaned into building by firefighter 2. Firefighter 2 will tie the halyard rope so that the excess will be away from the climber. It is then placed in the climbing position, approximately 75 degrees from the ground to ladder. Roll the ladder so the fly is out.
Okay, for us, it doesn't matter who is raising the ladder, so the whole having the fly section in or out, it's just whoever's gonna be raising it, you know, so, but when we climb it, the fly section needs to be out. Okay. Do you guys have any questions over that video, the procedure? Like I said, there can be some minor differences in the way we do it, as far as the order, that's okay. Even between group to group, you know, it can be slightly out of order, it's not like, it's gotta be exactly this way. Okay, some review questions. We're gonna answer as a group, what is an intended use for a ground ladder? So, like what we would use it for.
Rescue, roof access.
Yep. Rescue or egress, roof access, and ventilation. Next one, name a method of raising a ladder from the ground.
Beam and flat.
Yep, beam and flat. What angle should a ladder be placed at against a structure?
75 degrees.
Oh, 4-to-1 ratio. Did you read through this before?
Cheater.
Alright, so how far from electrical wires should a ladder be raised?
10 feet.
10 foot.
At least, yeah, at least 10 feet away. So in summary, knowing the parts of the ladder amongst us all on the fire ground makes it easier to communicate on what we're doing with the ladder. Locating it for its intended use and raising and extending it to the appropriate height. That appropriate height, we need to know what the intended use is, so we know how high to raise it. Under the window, along the top of the window, on the side, or all the way above the roof line. Climbing the ladder and locking in, using a leg lock so that we are safe when we're working up there, especially for ventilation. That's a big one for ventilation. So we're doing this procedure, and we're gonna it done accurately, safely, and in under 2 minutes. That's the standard. From carrying it to its spot and then climbing the ladder, under 2 minutes. What questions do you guys have? Anything about the parts of the ladder? Everybody knows those parts. Rung lock, dog or paws, we'll use any of those. Okay, well, if that's it then, slides over. Oh, hold on. More technical difficulties. Now we get to go outside and actually do it. Alright, let's get our gear on and go outside. Thank you. Okay, so now that we're outside, we're gonna do the hands-on portion here. I got a skills checkoff sheet. I'm gonna just check off as you guys are going through it. So these two are up first. So we have our bunker gear on, but we're also done the air pack. With the mask, but you don't have to be on air. So, yeah, around your neck. So we'll go through the procedure again real quick, kind of a walkthrough. Ladders over out, about 75 feet away. We're going to carry it to the side of the building here. And like I said, the intended use today is roof access. We're not doing no rescue or ventilation use. So just set it up to extend the rungs above the roof line, 3 to 5 rungs. We'll also rotate positions between the lead firefighter at the foot. Okay. So we're going to try to get it done under 2 minutes each time, right? That's the goal. That's the 2 minutes. And, all right, these two are up. So we'll go over here and get ready. Hey, do you have your phone on you for the timer? Can I use your phone? Can you pull it out?
Still, yeah, stopwatch.
You guys have any questions before we go? No? Carry it over there. Raise it out. You guys are at 1:30, just a heads up. One of you guys be the third guy to foot. Now you guys climb up. Well, that's good. You just got a leg lock in. Second guy can climb up. That's good right there. You gotta lock in too. Okay, that's it. Nice job. Pretty good job. You're a little bit low. So you can raise it that way. You just gotta tie it off. You just gotta flip it over. Alright, so take it down and set it back up for the next one.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, when you guys are ready. Just over a minute. All right, nice job. Minute 20. When you guys are ready. Just over a minute right now. Okay, that's it. Slow down. Oh, sorry. Okay, when you guys are ready.
That's tense.
Right at a minute. That's good. Can I get a third guy to flip the ladder? Thank you. That's it. Good job. Thanks, guys. Whenever you're ready.
But you're on. Yeah, I was gonna say, the truck worked like mostly one of it.
You're at 1 minute. Boy. Hey, give me a third guy.
It doesn't count.
All right, nice job, guys. That was minute 40. Okay, how was that? Good. Everybody find that relatively simple? Easy procedure to go through. Everybody made it in under 2 minutes. All flip-flop positions. Good job. Anybody have any questions about it? We'll kind of summarize a little bit, kind of like what we did inside. Some of the things to remember is that the guy at the foot is in the lead. He's calling out commands that need to be done for overhead instructions. Most guys need to look, but it's the primary responsibility of the guy since he's set in the position to make sure that there's nothing in the way. Make sure that you guys are communicating when you are raising and extending. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody did a pretty good job today. Everybody passed it. Okay. All right. No more questions. That's it, guys. Thank you. Hey, before we're all done, you can clap if you want. I'll have you fill out that class eval. Make sure your name's on the roster. Okay. All right. Cool. That's it.